Okay, 10 o'clock here in the eastern part of the United States, and we've got some very important news. The latest read on mortgage rates, and it's good.
Lowest in 3 years, at 3.45%, falling now for 3 straight weeks. And if you listen to Freddie Mac's chief economist, the markets have staged a rebound with increases in manufacturing and service sector activity. And you can imagine that with rates this low, that this will probably ignite a lot of interest and demand in housing, in refinancing, and that accounts, by the way, for a fifth of the U.S. economy. So all in all, this is bullish
big
for the
deal.
U.S.
Big deal. 3.45%, 30-year fixed rate loan.
Correct.
345. The other story on real estate is another good one. Lauren, let me see if I got this right. There are 14 million homes in America where the home owner has an equity stake of at least 50%. In other words, they have got half the value of the house. It's theirs.
Exactly. So you feel wealthier when that's the case. The number is 14.5 million, and it's a quarter of all mortgaged homes out there. Another piece of good news is if you look at who's underwater, you know, who owes more than their home is worth. You don't want to be in that situation. In 2012, 12 million homes were underwater. Now, 3.5 million. So a big recovery with that respect, too. Very good sign for the consumer and the economy.
Took a while, but there's a nice recovery there from the crash of all those years ago. Scott Martin is with us. Now, look, you follow the stock market. I'm not asking you for a judgment on housing, but if there is indeed a rally in the housing market, what's the best place, which is the best stock to put my money in?
Yeah, so I think you got to look beyond kind of the traditional when you think about housing, Stuart. As far as housing stocks were great last year. I mean, they were really building and rolling along with the market. But I think looking a little deeper into what kind of goes into the houses with respect to something maybe like Home Depot, which we own, or Target, which we own as well. Both, by the way, which gave investors a nice recent opportunity to buy them on some pullbacks on earnings. Looking what kind of goes into the home, and as Lauren just mentioned, you know, with respect to how the equity stakes in the homes are really, really high now as far as how they've recovered so well from the crash just about 10 years ago plus. People are starting to put money back into their homes. They're starting to improve the homes now, make them look nicer, upgrade them, and so forth. Home Depot and Target help you do that.
Good stuff. Scott, thanks very much. See you in just a moment. I want to check the market overall. Dow Industrials have recovered. We're back with a gain of 25 points now. And now this. The Democrats have a hangover, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. They were intoxicated with impeachment, giddy at all the slime they could pour on our president. It's over. They lost. And deep down, I think they know it. They went into the Iowa caucuses eager to get the election rolling so they could get rid of the president they hate. The hangover from the vote-counting debacle will be very hard to shake off. A party that can't organize a caucus count is not well-positioned to run your health care. Nor can they shake off the disastrous performance of Joe Biden. He came in fourth. How on earth can Biden beat Donald Trump if he can't beat the 38-year-old mayor of a small town in Indiana? And the speech rip-up by Speaker Pelosi will live forever. And so will this. Look closely. It sure looks like the Speaker practiced the ripping to make sure she could actually do it. It was not spontaneous. It was practiced, petulant theatrics. When you wake up next day hungover, sometimes you regret what you did. And truth be told, you're probably embarrassed as well. And that's where the Democrats find themselves this morning, thoroughly depressed. No wonder. That Gallup poll shows the president's approval rating hitting an all-time high, right in the middle of their drive to throw him out of office. I have no sympathy for the left whatsoever. They've dragged our president and our country through the dirt, and now the jig is up. With leaders like Pelosi, Schumer, Sanders, Warren, and AOC, that hangover will be around for some time to come.
What I've seen tonight of the Democrat Party, I am changing my mind. I mean, I'll probably still be a Democrat. But far as I'm electing for a goddamn Democrat, never again.
They looked like they hated our country. And Nancy Pelosi, the whole time she's sitting up there with a disgusting look on her face, it's outrageous. I will never vote Democrat again, and I'm sick of it, and my whole family feels the same way.
I don't understand it. I used to be a Democrat, but I am no longer a Democrat.
Well, okay, that was strong stuff there on C-SPAN. Viewers upset over Speaker Pelosi's ripping up Mr. Trump's speech. Brad Blakeman with us now. Brad, I've got to tell you straight out here, I want the Democrats confronted. I am sick and tired of being called names, nasty names, about our president, our country, and about people like me, and I want a confrontation here, but I don't think I'm going to get it.
Oh, you're going to get it. It's the election of 2020, and it's coming to a town near you real soon. And President Trump, as you've seen, even with impeachment hanging over him, has garnered huge crowds, bigger than any Democrat could ever hope to garner. And it's happened in every place the president has gone, and it's going to continue. Democrats can't hate a president out of office. It's up to the American people to vote him out of office if we choose to do it. And the irony, Stuart, of the whole thing is today they're going to have a censure vote or a censure motion on the Speaker for her behavior, on bringing dishonor upon the House. Remember, the Speaker represents every House member. She doesn't represent just Democrats. She's elected at large. And now she's going to be held to account for her unbelievable, disgraceful, and disrespectful behavior towards the president.
Okay, Brad, I want you to listen to what Joe Biden had to say about Bernie Sanders. Watch this, please.
Every Democrat will have to carry the label Senator Sanders has chosen for himself. He calls him, and I don't criticize him, he calls himself a democratic socialist. Well,
they're fighting amongst themselves, and you must be very happy about it.
Well, you know what's going to happen is Joe Biden, his party has passed him long by, and this is going to be the year of the socialist for the Democrats. And they're going to be with an albatross around their neck, because remember, the next big fight that'll come after their nominee is selected is the platform committee. And all the crazies are going to come out, and they're going to want every plank of that platform to be the platform upon which their nominee must run. And it will be absolutely disastrous for Democrats to finally have in writing exactly what they plan for our country. And there's no retreat, and we're going to attack it on every word in that platform.
Last one, Brad. I may be out on a limb on this, but I think President Trump is at the peak of his power right now. And I expect to see that on display at 12 noon today. Is it going to be a rip-roaring performance?
Oh, you bet it is going to be. Why? It's because the president has a record of accomplishments, something Democrats don't have. Democrats don't have a plan for anything other than it's got to be anybody but Trump. You can't win on that. And the best thing the president has is an economy upon which people, everybody, can be proud of.
Got it. Brad Blakeman, thanks for being here. Very important day. See you again real soon, Brad. Thank you, sir. Let's get back to your money. Look, the Dow has turned around. Now we're up 40 points. Gains for the Nasdaq and the S&P as well. Scott Martin, come back in again. I'm going to say this again and again and again. As of now, the market just seems like it wants to go up, right?
It does, and it's getting the news that it wants to get, Stuart. I mean, as you and Brad Blakeman just talked about there, the market is starting to see the Democrats further fragmented, whether it's Iowa, whether it's the State of the Union behavior. It's starting to realize that I believe Trump is looking better and better for November, and that's what the market wants to see. So not just fundamentally speaking on some of the company earnings that are coming out, some of the economic data, but politically as well, the market is getting the backing it wants to see.
The only dark cloud that I can see is we've gone up so far, so fast, we must come down a bit fairly soon. Well, that's the only dark cloud I can see.
For sure, and that was the story of last Friday. I mean, last Friday, the coronavirus was going to take over the world. Humanitarians we're going to end the world in a couple of months because of the virus, and the market acted as such. And so that was an opportunity, and there's going to be many more of those. I think this is going to be a year, Stuart, unlike last year, at least towards the end of the year, where we're going to get some volatile days, and those are days when you have cash. If you've sold Microsoft at 160, as a friend of mine has, you can get back into the market. You can get back into some of these fallen stocks because they're going to come back to levels that are going to be attractive.
I'll keep that in mind, Scott.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. Scott Martin, thanks very much for being here. See you soon.
See ya.
Thank you.